Good morning again, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful Ride Your Revolutionaries. It's me, Gio, the leader of the Ride Your Revolution, the Ride Your Rockstar, and the captain of the 2K Club. And we're gonna dive right into yesterday was a weird day for a couple different reasons. Definitely gonna talk about the issue with the destination trips, and yesterday was a good day. I overslept today. Probably the first morning I've missed in two and a half, no, either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I was super tired. I took a sleep aid this morning, and it beat the shit out of me. I could not get out of bed today, and so now I'm just gonna. I meant to make these videos yesterday, but I was really tired, and now we're moving forward. So okay, so yesterday was weird. I was Some people have been talking about. I definitely seen the promo myself whenever I look into the Uber app to maybe see if I'm going to request a ride somewhere, which I usually don't. But I noticed that like every ride was like 30% off each ride, right? So I noticed I'm like, maybe does that have something to do with all these $2 tips I was getting? I was just like, what the hell? I mean, I don't make a lot of tip money, guys, as you guys know, but I made a lot. I made a decent amount for me yesterday. 14.50 in tips. I mean, that's more than I would typically expect to make on a Tuesday. Obviously, not even. That's what. I mean, that's close to 5%. Yeah, because 10% would be 25, or 25.20. So yeah, that's a little over 5% in tips, which for me, that's a lot. That's I'm not gonna lie. I don't get a lot of tip money. So I just thought that was curious. And a lot of these were on shorter rides. So I do think maybe with the 30% off promo or something, just pastors were just like, oh, here you go, tip money, here you go, make it rain, right? So I think that's what might have something to do with it. Because yeah, look at that, $21 in tips. 10% would be 60. So I'm at like what, 4% right now in tips, which isn't bad. That is slightly above average for me. Not for many of you, but for me it is. So we're gonna call that one a win. Now let's talk about the destination filters issue. Um, I'll go into my personal feelings of that second. First, I'm glad that I have an audience that's all around the country, because you guys are telling me what's going on in your neck of the woods. Someone from Dallas commented that they took away filters completely. I had a couple different people in New York say they completely took theirs away too. And someone else, I think in Philly, I think someone commented that they're in the Philly market and that they got the destination filter reduction too. Now, that's bullshit. I definitely strongly disapprove of this measure. Uh, and that's as someone who's even been using my ever since I got the estimated trip duration. I've been using my filters less and less, honestly, because I'm just kind of rolling the dice. If it's 6:45 or 6:15 in the morning, I already know an airport ride is going to take over 25 or 30 minutes. So if it's a trip under 20 minutes, I'm good to go. You know, and if I don't, if even if I'm trying to get the consecutive trip bonus, um, I'll completely I'll let that trip bonus go favor in favor of not taking airport, because I use filters to avoid the airport after 5:30, because especially without the rematches, if you take an airport ride in Chicago after 5:30 morning, your morning's fucked. Simple as that. You're done. You can't make any more money. Leela, you're purring so loud. You brat. You're distracting me. Okay. All right. So, like I said before, what the hell was I saying? So yeah, I use filters to avoid ruining my morning. And that's what I told you guys to use your filters for. Because if you get an airport ride, you're fucked. Fucked. Um, but I just think this. I think, honestly, and someone in my videos, I believe she's a Chicago driver too, said that this will just lead to drivers. Let's say you do the same thing I do, right? Or whatever. This is just going to lead to drivers canceling on passengers, which you're not supposed to do anyway. But they're going to be like, oh, luggage is 6 o'clock, pass, cancel, and drive away. And which is going to lead to even larger wait times for passengers. Because, like I said, I've told you guys before, and I'll say it again, the priority of the apps of Uber and Lyft is not the drivers. We are not the priority. The passengers are. So if this kind of feature rolls out and it leads to more drivers taking airport trips that they don't want to take, and they cancel on those rides, then the wait times are going to go up and up and up and up and up. That's how it typically works. So if you are going, let's say you're not going to use your filter because you don't want to lose out on 30% of the fare, but you end up getting someone going to the airport, you're going to be like, fuck that, I'll just take my chances with the next one and cancel. And I think we're going to see a rash of these cancellations in the following weeks, and it's probably going to bite Uber in the ass. But that being said, I know certain failed journalists are probably going to talk about this, but they don't know the Chicago market, just like they don't know shit about driving. Any of you who drive to Chicago know that we don't really get to use our filters all that much. I mean, there's weird windows during the day where you're not allowed to use it, honestly. And sometimes you just kind of get lucky and it turns on, and sometimes it won't even allow you to turn it on. Sometimes the point of having a filter, there's no point to it because we can't use them. It will either say destinations unavailable at the moment or something, or it'll just say error screen. And I've gotten that in the city, I've gotten that in the burbs. And I do think, who this is really going to affect? Because maybe if it was cordoned off to a certain part of the city where it's okay, you can expect 30% less right here. You can expect 30% less somewhere else, right? Not quite. I think, let's say that this works to every driver in the Chicago market, and you use your filter from Oak Brook, right? And your first ride is a 20-mile ride coming into the city. If you're taking a 30% hit on that ride, and let's say you do that every morning, that's going to fuck you so bad. That's definitely going to put a real, that's going to make you not want to drive. That's the choice Uber is giving these drivers. Either take the 30% hit on rides that you were taking daily that were part of your money-making strategy, or not drive at all. Because if I was one of those drivers that used my filter to get towards where the money is, if I lived further out from the city that I do and I needed my filters, I honestly would not drive. This would I would lose 30%. Let's say my first morning ride was $25. Well, that just turned into what, $18, $17. Monday through Friday, I just lost out on, half a tank of gas. I just lost, that's bullshit. Or if you're one of those drivers, let's say you use the filter the way it's intended, the way the filter was supposed to be used, where you're using it to go home when you're done driving. Or, let's say you're using the filter to go home in the middle of your shift and at the end, and you're taking a 30% hit. Now you're losing $40 a day. Honestly, if I were that person, I would stop driving. That is a huge impact on my earnings. I would stop driving for Uber at least, until Lyft copies like they always do. I think this is a bad move by Uber because it makes drivers want. It's going to tempt them to quit, and it's kind of forcing them to quit, honestly. Like, these moves, Uber shouldn't be making moves to drive drivers away. Like, obviously, there's not a lot they're going to do to make us happy, but you shouldn't be going out of your way to piss us off either. And I think that's all I got for this one. I do, like I said, strongly disapprove of this. I fucking hate this move. Even though, personally, this is going to affect me a bit, not much. But if you, like I said, if you're a suburb driver and you like those long destination trips, this is really gonna fuck you. And yeah, sucks, guys. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, those of you who want to, if there was better organizational methods, I would definitely say this is one of the things to definitely fight Uber on. But drivers don't know how to organize. Simple as that. It's a damn shame. And that's all I got, guys. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.